Tensions in the South China Sea have reached boiling point after Beijing showed off its military might by dropping thousands of bombs during live fire exercises in the contested region. The South China Sea is a highly contested region and faces competing claims from China, Malaysia, Taiwan, Vietnam and the Philippines. Diplomatic relations between the nations are already extremely strained. Over recent months, Beijing has asserted its dominance in the region and has built several military bases on some of the atolls. Now, according to China's state broadcaster, aircraft assigned to the South Sea Fleet released thousands of munitions during the May 14 and 15 drills. During the exercises, pilots trained in precision strike and saturation attack as warplanes dropped bombs, anti-ship rockets and autocannon fire at floating targets in the sea. Images shared on China's Weibo social network site show the drills took place just off the coast of the Hainan province in southern China.
If you hate wearing glasses, don't skip this video. Having to wear glasses or contacts.
The Global Times said the drills came after a U.S. warship was accused of trespassing into Chinese territorial waters. Last week, China expelled a U.S. guided missile destroyer after it was accused of trespassing into Beijing's territorial waters. A spokesman for China's Southern Theater Command said China will resolutely safeguard its sovereignty and security in the highly contested region. The U.S. Navy released a statement explaining why the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer, USS Curtis Wilbur, was complying with international law. China, however, denounced the U.S. Navy for disrupting peace in the contested waters. A spokesman for China's Eastern Theater Command said, "The U.S. actions send the wrong signals to Taiwan independence forces, deliberately disrupting the regional situation and endangering peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait." Taiwan has been in a long-standing dispute with mainland China since a separate government was established on the island following the Chinese Civil War in 1949. The nation remains an important ally of Western countries due to its close proximity to Communist China. Fears have erupted over recent weeks that under Chinese President Xi Jinping, Beijing will use military force to reunify Taiwan with mainland China. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said last month, "I wish to emphasize that abiding by the One China principle is one of the things that is key to China-Australia relations. Taiwan is a part of Chinese territory which cannot be separated. The Taiwan issue is entirely China's internal affair and is related to China's core interests, and we won't accept any external forces meddling or interfering in this." Pressure is mounting on Quad members, including Australia, Japan, India and the US, to counter against China's dominance over Taiwan. Last weekend, the UK deployed HMS Queen Elizabeth to the Indo-Pacific region in a bid to aid in countering Beijing's dominance. Defense Secretary Ben Wallace warned about China's increasing maritime assertiveness and stressed troops would be confident but not confrontational. Mr. Wallace added, "We must stand up for our values and rights wherever they come under threat, not just in our backyard, but far from our shores. This deployment shows that we are strong on our own but even stronger with our allies." However, concerns were raised about the security risks of sailing into the South China Sea.
If you look at the data, opinion data on what people want the workplace to look like after COVID, is most of them want a hybrid model. Part of the week in the office, part of the week in home. And I think there's a real danger as we move into this new era of hybrid working. The office has to be a place for collaboration. Secondly, it has to be a place for mentorship, because it's very hard to do online. And then finally, the office has to be a place for education. And so the onus and the responsibility is on companies to set up the office as a university, as a place of learning.
Well, with younger generations, even with my kids, when they're sort of saying, oh my God, I'm 25, I still haven't found what I really want to do. Oh my God, I tried this, I didn't like it. I say, this is such a long game. This is such a long game. Your working lives will be over 50 years. It really doesn't matter if you spend the first 15 switching.
Beijing's expansion threat leaves Philippines fishermen in fear of war. Incursions in the Philippines' claimed section of the South China Sea have sparked fears among fishermen of Chinese attempts to take over the area. The presence of hundreds of Chinese vessels inside the Philippines' 200-mile exclusive economic zone, EEZ, has been the latest source of tensions between the two countries in the South China Sea, through which $3 trillion, £2.1 trillion worth of goods pass every year. The Philippines said the encroaching vessels were manned by militia, while Beijing counter-argued they were fishing boats sheltering from bad weather. Speaking to ABC News, Filipino fisherman Federico Josol spoke of his experience with Chinese ships chasing down boats. He said, "There were 2 helicopters and 4 Chinese Coast Guards and a big brown-colored ship that looks like it is used for war." The two sides had friendly and candid exchanges on the general situation and specific issues of concern in the South China Sea, under a bilateral consultation mechanism convened in 2016 to ease tensions in the strategic waterway, the Department of Foreign Affairs, DFA, said in a statement. There was mutual recognition of the importance of dialogue in easing tensions and understanding each country's position and intentions in the area, the DFA said.